What's going on, guys? Evan, the Final Fantasy VIII enthusiast here, bringing you another Final Fantasy VIII gameplay commentary. The first of all will likely be mini uploads. I'm hoping to upload these in 1 hour parts, where it'll be sort of a Final Fantasy VIII Let's Play, where I probably just share my opinion as the game as I play through. Little background for you. I'm a big Final Fantasy nut, the old Final Fantasies, and I remember that I never really much enjoyed Final Fantasy VIII, so I'm trying to replay it now. For me, what really held this game back was the simple fact that you don't really get a whole lot of benefit from leveling up in this game. This, unlike other RPGs I've played, is enemies have a set level bracket, so if I'm level 30, the enemies will be, similarly to level 30. So all your strength in this game comes through the junctioning system, which you'll see as I play. Essentially, the junctioning system is you draw magic from enemies, which is a mechanic you'll see later if you're not familiar with Final Fantasy VIII, probably towards the tail end of this upload. And by drawing magic, you can cast it or stock it. Stocked magic can be equipped to a stat to raise it. And of course, fair warning here, the instructor has a total, girl crush on the main character here, Squall. Squall is sort of like the typical emo anti-hero guy that, obviously comes back to save the day and finds his character development, stuff like that. So what's going to kind of set this playthrough apart from some others maybe is that I intend this to be a no-level playthrough, because there's actually a Steam achievement where if you have Squall at his starting level at the end of the game, you get an achievement, and I figure that's a fun challenge to go for. This game can be really easy or really hard, like most Final Fantasies, depending on how you approach it. It never reaches the level of like a Dark Souls or a Legend of Mana or some of the other classical Xenogears, some of the harder RPGs, but nevertheless, this is, this can be far more challenging than FF7, once again, depending on how you approach it. So, the start of the game here is just a lot of tutorial stuff that I already know how to do. This is obviously the Steam release of the game, hence the Steam achievements I'm going to be pursuing. I just want to put this out there, though. The controls are absolutely awful on keyboard for this game, I think. So, I'll basically wind up configuring a controller here, probably with this pause in the midway through the video. I've never really done a Let's Play of an RPG like this before, so I'm not sure if I'm moving the text too fast for you guys just to read the dialogue, or to know if you guys even want to read the dialogue. I considered this doing just silently, just a silent play, but I decided that would be pretty boring, so the exact methodology we're going to use to play through this, I'm definitely open to suggestions if anyone wants to sort of hint anything I should do. Let's turn on my learning terminal here. Oops, clicked the wrong button. I don't care about the Garden Festival. It's cool if they include things like that to sort of capture the corniness that is school, especially because I work for a university. It's one of the reasons I kind of thought I would come back to this game for a little bit, because it's like, well, I work for a school and a university, and this game has a definitive school theme for a while there. Okay, and this is the Rama, the Lightning Guardian Force, and this is the Shiva Guardian Force Ice. Blah, blah, blah. Get my GFs, cancel out of here, because this is crap. Turn this junk off. I got what I need. Alright. So let's go talk to my instructor who wants to sleep with me. It's kind of awkward. Although, admittedly, she's a pretty good-looking girl, like all RPG characters, so... You know. Of course, I ran into Cypher there. Not really. I don't have a good excuse. I don't want to look at the study panel again. Okay, that's great. Obviously, I'm not enjoying the story too much up to this point. I have a lot of this game memorized down to the dialogue from my childhood. Amazing how much you remember from that era. On the flip side, funny how much school I've forgotten. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late! Ugh. You okay? There's Selfie. She'll be a main character later. At the moment, she is not. Yes, homeroom is over. Yeah, I don't have the time. Yeah, sorry, I got YouTubes to upload. Bye! Good luck. Alright, let's talk to this dude and get some playing cards, some triple triad stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Nope. Alright. I had to sneeze, guys. Give me a sec. The mic for those sneezes. Alright, cool. So, we've made it out of the starting area of the game. Let's go ahead and give Squall every GF ever. Okay. We're doing a no-level playthrough, so Card is the most important ability in the entire game. For reference, when you... hold on, let me get Shiva squared away here. I take the magic refinements pretty early normally. Okay, so Card and magic refinement, that's correct. Okay. Let's give him Quascatl. Probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but whatever. So we're going to draw Guardian Force and magic. Although I'll probably rarely, if ever, use any of those abilities, other than draw for a while here. Okay, so let's get a save done. I kind of did a test run of this game earlier, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, Balam Garden. Let's see. Okay, so... Alright, my controller seems to be working okay. Needs to be set to memory. Alright guys, get ready. The sound might be a little loud for you guys. I don't know. Compared to my voice. I can always change it in future uploads, so just give me feedback as I play, please. Okay, so let's turn the battle speed way up here for a little bit. Alright, so just trying to figure out what my joypad's controls are here. We need to go here to the training center to start things off. Gotta draw some magic, guys. Hopefully the controls on this joypad work out. I actually don't know how effective or ineffective they'll be. I just kind of plugged it in and started playing, so I can always customize it later, I think. But I'll probably do that off video, that way you guys don't have to watch me fiddle with my configuration and things like that. Unless people are having trouble setting up their joypad, and then I'll do a little upload later. Sure, I'll take blizzards. So that's the drawing system. Okay, so remember, this is a no level up playthrough, so not leveling up is... Alright. Run, Squall, run! Yeah, my joypad's not set up entirely correctly, but some things are set up correctly. Like X is where I want it to be. Okay. Is this already restocked? What? That's pretty wild that it restocks that fast. You get like 99 blizzards just by hanging out here. Absolutely no reason to, but you totally could. Okay. Trying to get into an encounter here. Oh god! No way. 0% chance of fighting that. So once again, Squall has to stay at his basic level. which is going to be challenging, I think. I'm not using an actual good controller. I'm using sort of a crap controller I purchased years ago, but I'm not going to buy a good controller for a PC. Okay, let's draw and stock that. So this is the draw system. For me, this is one of the things that really takes away from this game. So when you draw, you can cast it on your opponent or yourself. So sometimes they usually have cures and stuff like that, so you can always grab cures. So now he's asleep and he can't do anything, so now we're going to enjoy the joy that is FF8. 7 sleeps. And this is pretty much how drawing works, guys. You just do it until you get 100 of a spell, and then you move on with your life. And then you'll junction it to a stat, which basically means, you know, I'll attach it to a stat, and thus I will be able to increase my stat by a certain amount based on how many I have. He's awake already. I cast it on him. My battle speed's set all the way up, so I unfortunately am not quite sped out enough to be able to click this stuff fast enough. I missed him. Ow. Okay, sleep, cast. The other thing that kills me, and this is in a lot of old RPGs and new RPGs alike, is the RNGs, you know, the dice rolls, the random generators, random number generator stuff, which, you know, I play fast and light, as you guys know, so obviously, like, when stuff like that happens, you miss like 3 times, you're like, man, I should have just been drawing it. Alright, time to get trolled here. So, he's going to use sleeping gas, which is fine. It absolutely does no damage, but now I'm asleep like he was. The reason this is kind of crummy is it just slows down the process. If this doesn't hit, I'm probably just going to say F it and just draw it out. There we go. Bad luck is bad luck. So now I need to stock it. And then this is just what you do. You turn your battle speed all the way up so you don't have to watch it for a prolonged period. So for me, the first 10 hours of Final Fantasy VIII is just incredibly grindy. But it picks up a lot. Once you get through your first spell stacks, you don't have to draw anything for a long time, depending on the methodology you use to play this game. I intend to just break this game in half, personally. So for me, you know, I will have, you know, mid to end game magic in the first 3 hours of the game because I intend to abuse it, abuse the game as hard as possible. So if you're looking for like a challenge playthrough, this is not for you. You will, however, see how to troll the game pretty hard, which, in case of this game, is a great choice. Honestly, you can kind of skip getting these in the early game if you're not about that, but I find it pretty useful for junctioning to certain stats early on. They get phased out pretty quick, though, is the thing. So now I take a sleeping gas here. At least he hit me right away, right? Just wish they would always draw, like, 10 or, you know, as always, you know, I'm not a game developer, but I always feel like there's a better way of doing things. If nothing else, I think it's stupid that when I cast magic, I lose it. I actually think a cool way to do this game would have been, like, so, I don't know, the whole junctioning system seemed poopy to me, but if you have to keep the junctioning system, I think the answer to that equation is to sort of just not let it be castable, like, because basically the magic in this game's poop anyway. I mean, obviously if you get overpowered magic early, it's great, but in general, it's pretty much crap. Magic's not useful. Come on. It's just funny that what we're doing right now is a common occurrence for quite a while. Although we're having bad luck right now. Normally I draw, you know, 5 of these a hit. Right now we're drawing like 3. Bad dice rolls, guys. Of course, now the issue is we're asleep again. How many times can I complain in one fight, right? So, talking about some other things, the cool thing about the no-level playthrough is the cipher method, which is pretty dull but speeds things up. We're also going to go for the maximum possible seed rank we can, within reason. Alright, so that's done, finally. Draw, give me that. So, silence. Draw silence. So 4, 9. You can get that in one draw if you're lucky. which I'm clearly not. More draws. 4. Believe me, this takes so long if you leave it on basic battle, like the normal battle speed, which actually is the speed I like to play at. This is so fast that I feel like I'm always in a rush to mash the draw button in time, so I'm not losing any time or anything like that, but I'm just not patient enough to do it any other way. So if you're going for a no-level playthrough, a couple things to think of. There are certain fights you can't avoid. The only way to not get XP in those is to card the enemy when possible, and you can't card the enemy, you have to break the enemy with break magic, which you'll see much later in this playthrough. So post-break magic, you're pretty much good to go for the rest of the game. Oh no, he's going to do extra damage. I have such little HP, I'll never actually enter yellows. Probably at like what, 30? Ah, good numbers. So the issue about that is you want to just stay until you get them all, but you're also kind of afraid like you'll get in fights and die and you have to repeat the whole process over. So we're going to draw this stack and then we're going to flee from this battle. One thing that's kind of crappy about the EXP system is if I even hurt him at all, he will, I'll get EXP just for the damage I deal in run. So if you deal a little bit of damage in run, you still get XP for that. Okay, so silence, I'm like halfway there, so oops. So I can junction some stuff to magic. That's so as you can see, it raises that stat, raises my magic stat. But since I won't ever be casting magic, that's pretty much fruitless. So we're gonna run to the dormitory, sleep, then heal again, basically. Go back to school, guys. Because you know, I remember it was pretty funny. I was playing this game in my youth, of course, in 1999 when it released. I bought it, you know, release day. Well, I bought it as I begged my parents and they bought it for me. I didn't have my first job until I was 15, so definitely was entirely relying on my parents for income back then. And my dad was a big advocate of the Final Fantasy series because he thought they were interesting to watch. Every now and again he'd watch me game. He never really played games, but he'd watch me game. And, you know, I have great parents, guys. They've always been really supportive of pretty much anything I've wanted to do with my life. And considering I've wanted to do a bunch of stupid things with my life, whether they be, you know, hobbies or career choices, they've backed everything, so can't thank them enough, but might as well say we're here. Struggling with the controls right now. This joystick is not set up the way I expected to be set up. I also can't use the D-pad, which is killing me. But whatever. One thing that's nice is run by default is on in this game, at least. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go down here. My dad always used to joke, you know, all that time you spend gaming, you could spend working out. I'm like, yeah, it's a really good idea. I'm not going to do it. It's a really good idea. And to a point, guys, that's haunted me ever since. That thought process, like, wow, you know, I could have been working out this entire time and had been like Hulk Hogan. But, of course, that's never going to happen, right? How do you walk? Okay, that's how you walk. These controls are wonky still. I have to totally mess with my configuration. So, about 20 minutes into FF8 and we spent all our time grinding. Sounds like a Final Fantasy, right? JRPG. You get loot for every battle, dudes! Awesome. Okay, so there's 2 here. Ow. Ow. And the RNGs are just not with me today. Flee, Squall, flee. I have mixed. I want to kind of talk about this a little bit. When you're playing a no-level playthrough, which I am, that's like a mixed bag. I'd say overall it makes the game a lot easier, but on the flip side, it's like a non-traditional experience, and it's labor-intensive, at least for a while. Eventually, you can get the correct stuff to make it. Eventually, you'll get Guardian Force abilities that include no encounters and things like that, and it becomes a lot easier, but at the same time, there are inconveniences that will haunt you throughout the entirety of the game when you're doing a no-level playthrough, such as the forced fights where you have to break or card your enemy, which is obnoxious. Not being able to kill your enemies is obnoxious. The game is just not designed to be played low-level. Also, if you break the game fully like I intend to, it gets... honestly, it gets pretty dull pretty fast. So I'm gonna grab some silences. More silences. Base level stat. By the way, there's not a huge point this other than junctioning. Like, you'll rarely see me ever cast magic, and you're not going to see me silence or sleep anybody in actual fights. This is purely for the giggles. What? Impossible. No more space. Oh, it's maxed out, dudes. Alright. We're out. Run! Oh god, the damage. Run! Alright, awesome. Okay. I actually don't like to hold more than 100 magic. You actually have limited spell slots, so like, obviously 100 in a stack. Like, as you can see, I can only hold 100 of a magic. Which unto itself is whatever, but one thing that does kind of hold it back when you're talking about like spells is eventually like all these blizzards will become useless because I'll get Blizzara, and after Blizzara I'll get Blizzasia. That'll be the best like ice magic. But by the end of the game there's magics like Ultima and crap like that, so it's all temporary until you get the next best spell, which is one reason the power leveling approach, or rather lack of leveling approach, is the best, because the reason the whole system of the game became like semi-busted. Maybe there's something here. I don't even remember all the drops are in this game. Don't even bother with them. And here for Steam achievement, these dudes. Let's draw this and get 7 as soon as... This probably junction pretty well this early. But at 7 of them, it's not going to compare to a stack of 100 anything. But, yeah, as I was saying with the whole level up system, like, one thing that's cool about this method is, like, if you put, say, 10 hours in to the start of the game, just get all your grinding done. You won't have to grind until, like, disc 3 towards the end of the game. Obviously on PC we won't have discs, but you get what I'm saying. So, I'm going to give this a save, and I'll be right back. I want to fix my configuration before this controller drives me nuts. So, I'll see everyone in a moment. Alright guys, and we're back. I think my controller configuration is probably close where it needs to be, if not right where it needs to be, so we'll see what happens here. Hope you guys are ready for more spell grinding, because that's about to happen. We need some scans, baby. We need lots of scans. Lots and lots of scans. Oh, draw point. I think this is more blizzards, which is semi-cool, I guess. Oh, that's Cure, actually. That's actually even better. So, Cure is exactly like it sounds, just lets you restore a bit of HP. Quistis! I actually think she looks a lot better in her other outfit, but whatever. I suppose I wouldn't want to walk around looking nice. Okay, so now we get to watch the tutorial that shows you how to do things I learned when I was 13. I always hated how the Final Fantasy series never lets you actually skip tutorials in this game. Actually, most Final Fantasies I've played don't let you skip these tutorials, you just have to watch through them. And so, this will explain the junctioning system probably better than I did, but... So you junction the GF, which is like a summon that's more personal in this game, if you will. So, you equip it, then, you know, it has HP junction, so you get to junction craft HP. It's exactly how it moves. How it works, rather. Some of those are pretty cool. Blah, 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 blah. Still going. Learning abilities is going to be such a drag because I can't actually like kill any enemy, so I have to card every enemy I fight. And it's going to be like, oh my lord, it's going to be such a process. It's too bad there isn't just like something I can equip that says no experience, like with some sort of. And since most people naturally want to level, they should have done like a no experience, like double AP, no experience. That'd be such a lifesaver. I totally understand why they didn't put that in the game, but clearly it wasn't a balance issue because this game's already so busted in half anyway, as you'll see. I mean, I know I keep stressing that, but I don't think anyone watching this appreciates just how busted it will be. So now I can go back and go get something to junction to Quistis, but there's really no need because you can take magic, so from Squall, exchange, so Give all. So I'm going to give her silence. And then she's going to get Shiva. It's Junction Magic. Huh? So she's going to get silence to her spirit. Yay. Ability. So, draw, GF, magic. I don't equip item. Just do you, junction, your magic. So, sleep. That's what we got right now. Awesome. That's why you draw both, so each character can have it. Especially if you're like me and you're not actually going to cast these things. Okay. So now we need to get in some encounters here. Preferably with a small number of enemies. That's ideal. That's one enemy. Ugh. It's cool that she has a whip. I know, Quitsis, I know. I know. That's my limit break, by the way. So, stalk it. Draw. Stalk it. 8 fires. Scans. Okay, that's cool. So we want a lot of scans. Because when you're on a no killing playthrough, having just so little damage. Of course, fire will hurt if you ever actually chooses to use it. So I like to draw like a full 200 scans here, and I have enough scans for the entire game between these two characters. Because that's one of the few abilities I actually usually wind up casting. So just gotta load up on scans here. You see, at least with these, you draw large sums of them, so they're not challenging to get, which is pretty awesome. Give me all the scans. I'll cast the scan here in a minute so you guys can see. I actually think the scan in this game is pretty awesome. First I'll stalk them all and I'll show you guys how it comes down. I feel like it's going to be a problem with me repeating myself a lot in these Let's Plays, probably because it's just a long time to talk. Especially because I don't have this game memorized. Like, I was way better qualified to do an FF7 Let's Play, but at the time FF7 released on Steam, I was actually still out in doing my work with native students, which was a great time, but it really made commentary difficult, which is probably the darkest era of this channel when all the uploads started, all the Dark Souls stopped, and I'm still trying to get back into the whole commentary thing ever since. Thankfully, I found a lot of inspiration out of the Dota 2 stuff. Huge Dota 2 fan, as you guys have probably seen from my upload history. It's unfortunate that I didn't sustain a lot of my Dark Souls subscribers, because they really helped build this channel, and I prefer Dark Souls as a game to Defense of the Ancients 2 and to Final Fantasy VIII. It's just, sometimes I'm just not all about playing the same game a million times. You have thousands upon thousands of hours invested in a game. Sometimes it's just time to play something else for a while. Particularly single-player games where you run out of things to do. So, we'll see what happens. Dark Souls 2 is right around the corner, and I'm really excited to play that. I've got so much beta footage saved I never uploaded because I didn't want to get censored for uploading beta footage. We could take fires here because fires will junction to strength and make strength stronger, which, to a point, we'll cast it so you guys can now see what this looks like. Target. Analyze. A bug monster that flies. Stays calm. It's not a very strong enemy. No, it is not. Which is why we're using it to steal spells. Okay, fire, stock. So we do want some fires here. I'm about to go to the Fire Cavern, so it's not like they're going to be particularly useful for anything else, but just need all of the fires ever to junction to strength, because fire will junction better to strength than anything else for a while. And there will be some areas before I'm able to get my OP magic. Theoretically, I can start getting the timing windows and the times, like the windows in which you can get your OP spells depends a lot. On a no level playthrough, you get them a little later because I have to basically learn card mod in order to get the OP stuff, which means I have to kill enemies to get AP. And I can't kill enemies to get AP because I don't want any experience. So until I have card, you guys see the problem here. I can't actually kill enemies to get AP because that'll give me EXP, but I need AP to not get EXP. Which of course kind of begs the question, how's this going to work? Well, it's no problem, because ultimately the strategy becomes as simple as, you know, you just fight enough bosses until you get enough AP to get card via means of... To get enough AP to get card via means of no experience boss fights, and then from there you start carding enemies for the rest of the game, and it's a process. Once you guys see the cipher leveling method, which is kind of a known thing on this game by this point, everything on this game is a known thing, but, you know, it is what it is, so. We don't really need 200 fires because it'll be replaced so quickly. We just need 100 between the characters, so that's 63. Draw one more. We're gonna draw these fires, then we're just gonna back. My controller's finally working at least, now that I fixed the configuration. Cool. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to magic. Quits this. Exchange fire to squall. Give all the fires. Of course, I could just discard. Oh, I didn't get enough scans. Fudge. Oh well, I'll draw them here in a minute. So, one thing I like to do is save a lot in general, but particularly necessary right now. Mainly because if I don't, a bunch of these bugs. That's good. So Quistis can go draw the last of her scan. Give me 3. Yep. Alright, we're done. Squall's so hurt. Run! Okay, cool. We're gonna go in the woods for a little bit. So I'm not positive, but I think in the woods I could find somebody with cure magic. And I do want early cure magic. Yep! I think he has spells I want. Ugh. Okay, draw cure stock. Yes, please. And I want to see what the other thing is while I'm here. Draw. Probably Blizzard. Thunders. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm going to fully stock both of these, so sorry guys, you have to wait through more drawing. So I've been playing my PlayStation 4 a lot recently, and I only own like 2 games for it, which is Killzone Shadowfall and Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes, I know, another Call of Duty game. But honestly, I'm enjoying Call of Duty Ghosts. If I could properly capture PS4 gameplay, I would absolutely upload you guys some Ghosts, because I'm pretty good at Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, at least in comparison to community members. But I think I'm like 3rd prestige on it right now, which is probably ahead of the community, but far behind the true fans, I guess, if you will. So the game just doesn't hold my interest like some others. Thunder is pretty useful, but I don't think I'm gonna... Am I gonna stock a full Thunder right now? I might. Thunder will be important later, but I don't know if it's all that important right now. I think I might just grab the cures in the book, because I'm far too lazy to do this. I need at least 100 Thunders between the 2 characters, because they'll translate into useful things later. You're gonna actually cast it on yourself. Something that's cool about drawing for me is they have cures on them is, you know, as you take damage you can just, boom. So that was a good RNG roll. Even the cures are RNG rolls, you know, they'll either restore like, say, 50 HP or like your whole your entire value of your HP, which is just lame. Draw cure, draw cure. I'm gonna max out on cures because being able to heal yourself is really important, particularly for the early stages of grinding I'm engaging in here. Ugh. It's eating me. Give me all your cure. I swear, they should have just let me draw this once and have it maxed out or something. I mean, there had to be a better way of going about this. I mean, one thing that just really sucks is every time you draw and stock like this, Like, so everything you junction to it gets stronger, which is cool. But I actually ever cast the magic, you know, I have like... If I cast once, I have... He's got them all. I think that makes this really depressing, as I'm saying, is if I cast a spell I have junction, I'm actually weakening my character. And that's just... There had to be a better way to go about doing this. I'm absolutely positive that there was. But that ship has sailed, this game is old, and now you're just kind of playing it for what it is. Huh. Good. So now we're going to stalk enough thunders, so... Nah, 5. Need 100 between us. Okay, so that's 15-ish. 9 and 5 is 14. Bam, bam. Doing well on time, guys. Good RNG rolls. 4, 9. See, 9, 27. We're getting really close. I'll have some leftovers. That'll be fine. Having a little extras never hurts. So I think probably between the two of them I have over 100 by now. I actually haven't been counting, but I think it's pretty obvious that I do, so... You're gonna cure yourself. Let me just check. Yeah, we'll have more than enough. Cure, cast on yourself. As you can see, cure is not an actual science here. God. Draw cure. Oh. Guess we're out. Alright. Okay, I don't need anything else. We're gonna go over here to the fire cavern. We're gonna junction. Rather, we're gonna switch. Guys, I'm so bad. Alright. Exchange thunders. Give all. What? I actually didn't get 100? That's very sad. Very, very sad. That'll be fine, though. I don't have to go in another battle to worry about it. Let's go to the fire cavern now. This is the first part of your seed examination. Oh, good. She's going to show me how to junction magic, despite me showing you guys that I know how to junction magic. It's kind of sad that I'm like, what, 6 thunders away from being maxed. We're absolutely going to watch this, then go back outside and save so it's done in case I screw this up. See, fire raises strength significantly more than anything else I have right now, which is cool. Come on. Come on. La 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 la. I'm like mashing. You guys can probably hear me mashing the controller here trying to get through this, but this concludes the magic junctioning. I already know. Besides, Quistis, I can't actually attack anything with my gunblade for a long time. Due to experience system. Okay. I'm gonna talk to these dudes. We're about to actually play part of the game that isn't just grind, so I'm gonna turn the battle speed back to a normal. Which I think will make life a little better. Are you ready? I am ready. I am ready. 10 minutes. Alright, so I have 10 minutes to do this little dungeon. It's tiny, so we'll have way more time than we need. Here's a fight we get to run from. It's probably a bomb. Yep. He has fire. That is what you can draw from him, and I already have my fires. I will actually see if I can... What junction... I can't junction to strength yet. She's so into him, she just doesn't want to admit it. Obviously, the teacher and the main character here, they do not have a standing romance throughout the game, which I actually thought was kind of a too bad. I always thought it'd be cute to have that as a relationship or something. I don't know. The Final Fantasy series, it's funny how, like... Okay, so it's Final Fantasy, so all the girls are, like, super hot, and all the guys are, like, you know, pretty hot. It's a video game. Like, no, people don't look bad in video games, so... I should probably turn off that overlay for this, but... Anyway. I guess the point I'm making here with that whole, fire... I'll take my free fires, I mean... I don't really use them for anything, but... The Final Fantasy series, the main character and the hero and the heroine, or whoever's gonna hook up, they always hook up so early, and you're like, dude, like, people know what they want fast. Oh, wait. I can draw a couple thunders while I'm here real quick. Take a little bit of damage for free. Thunder, stock. Gives me thunders. Thunder stock. I actually don't like to play with the setting on memory, it kind of screws me up, but in the name of patience. Stock it all! Alright. Now between the two of the characters I should have 100 thunders available to me. One thing about this is, ironically for the test, you want to have the timer as close to 0 as possible for the maximum score, like under 7 seconds. Yes, Cypher and I are in a class of our own. Of course, Cypher will become a villain. Spoiler alert. Let's do this, bruh. Alright, so basically, Quistis is going to use Shiva on this dude over and over because he's fire, thereby weak to ice. He's going to fire me. That's probably going to hurt a little bit. Yeah, that actually does decent damage. So you have to tap Squall's trigger. See, 51 every time I hit the trigger. Good, he didn't hit Quistis. I don't want Shiva to take any damage. I hit this guy with a little diamond dust here. Of course, in this Final Fantasy, Shiva's never known for wearing clothing, but in this Final Fantasy, she wears basically no clothing. So, I actually think this attack looks pretty cool, admittedly. Damn. 158 significant damage to him. They have Shiva! I do. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys the damage I do if I don't hit the trigger. 38, yep. GF Shiva. Good. Hit Squall again. Not Shiva. I can't heal Shiva. So, let's scan this dude. Just because I'm semi-curious. 770. Not in pump. As it is part of Garden Sesam. Not impossible to defeat. Okay, so... Absorbs fire. 770 HP. So 770, we want to get him within a near lethal range. Impudent humans. Actually hurt pretty good. Here, cast on yourself, please. So he had 770. This will take him to 6 something or other. 770 minus 150 is 620-ish. Cast Cure. There we go. HP's back to where I need it to be. Shiva him again. Draw, scan, stock it. Get my... I didn't even know this guy had scan on him. I could have just drawn it instead of grinding it. Oh, I live and learn. Oh no, I missed my trigger, guys. I'm bad. Diamond dust this dude. So he's at 770. I wish after you scanned it, you just got to keep the enemy stats on screen. Because I've already scanned it, like in, you know, Final Fantasy VII, once again, the one everyone talks about. once you sense an enemy, you can just hit select and pull up, you know, whatever they have at that moment. I've already forgotten how much HP this dude has left, which is just kind of sad. So we're going to draw a scan, we're going to cast on him and see where I am with this. We want to get him within a one-hit range, basically. He's got 412. Shiva. Not bad for a human. Cast on myself. Thankfully, I've got lots of time to spare, so that's like a non-issue. Just Shiva him over and over. Should have just had a calculator ready so I could record life totals like this is Magic the Gathering, but did not. So instead we get to watch this awesome Shiva animation over and over and over. Every time you summon one of these guys, they summon faster each time, but somebody else will probably summon slower. Ooh, 172. It seems like the damage is not, like, set in this. Let's cast a scan on him. And depending on what number I see, I might Diamond Dust him again. What are you at? 240? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Shiva you. Draw, scan, cast for fun. That was just for funsies. Waste of time, I was just running down my clock. So, if you need to run the clock and you want to take damage from it, you can just sit here like this and let it run down. Which I'm letting it do here a little bit. Ow. I need to be careful, because I'm actually running legitimately low on time now. No, when about 20 seconds on the clock, that's when you want to go all in on him and finish him off. Now the Shiva then. He's almost dead. Scan, cast. What's your HP? Are you within a one-shot range? 68? Nope, almost. Wow. So she won't do enough damage to one-shot him. Yep, now Squall will one-shot him. Draw. Here, cast on yourself. Yay. Draw. Here, cast on yourself. Okay, this should give me enough HP to finish out the fight. Once we hit just below 20 seconds, I'll go on him. 30. One thing that can screw you up is if he takes an attack, like, when the clock's really low, and you're like, oh no! There's an exploit where you don't actually have to, like, think about this, but... Okay. Finish him off. Squall! Because you can actually game over during his little suicide thing here. You can still lose right now. That's about right on target. Some free junk here. One thing that's awesome is, like, so you're on the naming screen right now. You can no longer game over. However, the clock is absolutely still running down, unless they patch that. I'm not sure. It's actually entirely possible that they've patched this. I might be 1 second off a perfect seed exam score, which I won't know for 2 hours from now, so I'm not going to worry about it. But if this was on the PlayStation, I could confirm for you guys that you can just sit here and let the clock run down. But we're already past 0 seconds if that's the case, so... We will take Infrit. Oh yes, now I have Elemental Junction, which in synopsis means I can junction sort of like an elemental attack to... I can junction an element either to my attack or to my defense, depending on what's unlocked and what's not. So... we get to listen to Quistis educate me more, which makes sense being that she is a teacher. However, I find her inconvenient, to say the least. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. More erroneous information. I mean, I like the fact they explain this, because this can be confusing early in the game. Like, if you don't watch this the first time you play, I'll admit that the junction system is definitely less straightforward than other leveling systems in the previous Final Fantasy incarnations up to 8. Say, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Like, this is easily the most bizarre one. I mean, it continues to be bizarre in my mind. Mainly because... Come on. Okay. So let's junction up Infra to Squall. Magic, fire. Junction, magic. Fire's probably easily the best. Yeah, it's still easily the best. Don't have anything down here yet. GF, I do want to get Infra learning something a little more useful, like, this is poop. Like, I don't need that at all. This just raises the GF summon damage, but I don't really need that. Refined fire magic from an item is actually pretty good. It's usually better to get the refinements early on, so I'll start getting refinement on him. So, the all-important card is 20 out of 40, so we've got a long way to go. Obviously, I have no access to AP this early in the game, so... Time to go flee more fights, guys. We're probably about at the end of this upload here. I back attacked him, awesome. I'm most likely going to go back to the garden, save it, and then we'll do a future upload. This is going to be the first part of this series, so... Once again, I cannot stress enough how important feedback is going to be for this uploading series, because I'm, you know, first long Let's Play, and this is almost a trial for the eventual long-awaited Xenogears Let's Play, where I'm going to have to give it my heart and soul, because Xenogears is the best game ever made, the best game that ever will be made. That's my opinion. I will offer absolutely no evidence, and I will stand by it no matter what. Bats. I'm going to see what I can draw from these guys. Probably nothing I actually want, but curiosity has the best of me. Ugh. I don't need any of those. Oh god, I almost accidentally tapped attack. If I actually just tapped attack just now, I'd be so upset, because I'd get EXP for that and I'd have to turn off the game. So many encounters. I swear every time you escape, you increase your odds of running into another encounter. I don't know if that's just in my mind or that's true. I don't know the game mechanics that well. Oh, fire! He just runs into her. It's like a really long flee here. Come on. RNGs, RNGs! Still the longest I've ever seen it take. I have stock cures if it really comes to that, if I lose 400 HP before I can flee. Oops, let go on accident. So, that took forever. The game was punishing me for fleeing from every battle, I swear. Definitely is. Bombs. Infrit, a powerful GF, is possible to defeat. Really? That's shocking. It's not impossible? So many random encounters right now. Oh my gosh. Whole army. Guys, it's not letting me run. It's taking forever. Alright. That's what a process. Da 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 da. Oh, no. One more encounter before we get out of here. God, I hate the soundtrack on the PC version. I love the soundtrack of the game, but on the PC it's just not as crisp and sharp as the old PlayStation was. Could probably replace the MIDI files inside the game to actually get some high HD quality music going, but I am far too lazy to do that right now, particularly because I will probably get all the achievements and never play this game again. Yes, for reference, I do have all the Final Fantasy VII achievements already done. So, safety save. Cut through the woods here to save time. And to, get in another fight. What is this? Another one of these dudes. So I would actually say it's worth drawing cures to heal my dudes up because they're hurt, but there's legitimately no point because I'm about to go rest in the garden. Push B1 to confirm. Yeah, I know what that means, right? Heck no. I haven't fallen to these dudes yet. Do I need any magic from you? Draw, scan. I can grab some blizzards from him. I don't think I actually need blizzards for anything now. Yeah, I don't need blizzards for anything. I had to think about it. I was like, no, I don't. They don't do anything for me right now. They would have been good against what's his name back there, Infrit, but totally don't need him. We're back to the garden. Well done. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Another tutorial on how GFs work. You can teach them abilities. Yes, I know. Quistis, I need card desperately. Can you give me free AP for listening to these tutorials? This displays but by selecting learn. Gotta be at work in like 2 hours. I'm playing in like the wee hours of the morning just because I couldn't sleep, so I figured I might as well start this Final Fantasy VIII Let's Play, so. Blah 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 blah. God, it takes so long, this entire process. It just takes too long, guys. It's killing me. So this will probably be a weekly series. There'll be a weekly Final Fantasy VIII upload, I believe. Because I don't feel like this is the kind of thing I'd want to upload daily. I don't think people would really follow it that much. Plus, I still need to make a thumbnail for it, so, you know. Now change into uniform. You want to watch me change? As I feel like you do. I really feel like she would just be all about watching me change. Full of cures, so I don't need to draw them. That's pretty cool. So let's see if... I wonder if Quistis keeps that. All those junctions I put on her. She does. All those junctions off. You're not going to be in my party for a while, and I'm going to need it for my party members I will have. Let's go up here. About to do like hours worth of grinding. I have to come up with some topics to talk about when I'm going to be grinding for like 4 hours straight without being able to cut the video. Due to save, no saves being around. Ugh, sounds awful already. Soon we're going to be playing so many card games, guys, it's going to be insane. Triple triad all day. So save. Balam Garden Hall. Alright guys, that's it for this upload. I appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see y'all next time.